Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome to the official announcement between the Ministry of Finance of the State of Qatar and the International Monetary Fund about the State of Qatar's SDR's commitment to the IMF. Joining us here are His Excellency Ali bin Ahmed Al-Kuwari, the Minister of Finance of the State of Qatar, and Her Excellency Kristalina Khorkhifa, Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund. This commitment represents the State of Qatar's leadership role in supporting the least developed countries overcome economic shocks and challenges. Please proceed with the official announcement. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, Madam Managing Director. I would like to welcome you to the third annual Qatar Economic Forum. It's a pleasure of the State of Qatar to be hosting this event to bring together heads of states, global CEOs from the world's most influential corporations, leading global investors, and influential voices of the worlds of culture, sports, and entertainment. The topics of our discussion this year are the issues driving global economy and exploring a new global growth story. The global economy faces unique uncertainties, including geopolitical tensions, high inflation, increasing debt vulnerabilities, rising poverty and inequality, slowing growth, and tighter financial conditions. These challenges require additional resources to be addressed, stemming notably from rising South-to-South economy and the new growth opportunities it presents to the global business community. The State of Qatar recognizes these rising needs and has continued to deliver on its commitment to strengthen the multilateral action in order to address current challenges and aim to continue the new global growth story. In this spirit, and in this momentous occasion, I would like to announce that the State of Qatar is pledging to contribute 20% of its special drawing rights, SDR, holdings to the International Monetary Fund by supporting the first, Poverty Reduction Growth Trust, BRGT, to help low-income countries fight poverty and boost their growth through concessional lending facilities, as well as two, the Resilience and Sustainability Trust, RST, which provides affordable long-term financing to low-income countries and vulnerable middle-income countries to build resilience to external shocks by addressing long-term challenges such as climate change and pandemic preparedness. The BRGT finances are under strain because of substantially stronger demand for the BRGT loans in the post-pandemic era and sharply higher interest rates. Qatar is therefore keen to contribute to the fund's efforts in supporting low-income countries at this critical juncture. The State of Qatar is also keen to assume an active role within the international community to support international efforts to address climate change, pandemic preparedness, job creation, more equal opportunities, and economic diversifications, which are all long-term challenges facing emerging markets and developing countries. We look forward to deepening our continued engagement with the International Monetary Fund and continuing to deliver on our commitment to support efforts to strengthen the multilateral financial and development infrastructures. With these remarks, I hand the floor to the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Minister Al-Kuwari, distinguished guests, friends. It is my great honor to stand by you today and express the immense gratitude of the IMF on behalf of our members that need support to the generosity Qatar has demonstrated with the pledge just announced. The two greatest challenges the world faces today are reducing poverty and dealing with the risks of climate change. And it is exactly those two challenges that the pledge Qatar so generously made are going to be addressed with the instruments the IMF has created over the years, the Poverty Reduction and Growth Trust and the Resilience and Sustainability Trust. I would like to make 3 points in response to the announcement I made. First, Qatar has a dynamic and vibrant economy that is doing so well because of the reforms introduced in the country, because of the tremendous strength of institutions that have been built, because of the leadership in the country. And it is exactly what we would like to promote in countries we serve. We have, since the COVID epidemics, been very proactive in helping vulnerable countries. We have provided financing to 96 countries, and we have reached the highest level of lending in the history of the IMF. For low-income countries, we have quadrupled our lending. But more than the money, what we do is to help countries build strong institutions and promote reforms that ensure a path to prosperity for their people. And I want to assure you that not only we would make good use of the money, but we would make good use of Qatar's own experience in promoting reforms. Second, we have to recognize that globally we are in a very uncertain time and a time of slow growth that is expected to remain so over the next years. We are projecting 3% global growth on average for the next 5 years. This is way below the average growth of the last decades. It affects everyone, but it is particularly damaging for low-income countries and for the aspirations of people there to see better lives, better opportunities. So strengthening the capacity of the fund is not just to help today, it is to build the foundation